Hi Bees, welcome to my Java tutorial. My name is Samzat Abibulai from Coaching Nigeria Enterprises. Just before we start coding Java, I think there are some things we need to know about the language. Now, let's begin. Okay, what is Java itself? Java is a general purpose language that is class based and object oriented. General purpose language means it can be used for almost anything. Programming language, it's a language being written to the computer to do a particular thing. Now, class based and object oriented. When we say something is object oriented, we're going to explain this later when we start writing Java as a language, and we'll be using classes in Java. So, unlike C language, so it is intended to let application developer to write once and run anywhere. Java uses the Wora principle, write once, run anywhere, which means whether you're writing your application on Mac operating system, you can run it on Windows operating system or Solaris operating system. So it doesn't matter where you wrote it, and it doesn't matter where you're going to run it. So as of 2018, Java was one of the most popular programming language according to GitHub. So that's why you should learn it, and particularly it's popular in its client-server web application and Android application. It has over 9 million developers. So Java was originally developed by James Gosling. Yeah, he works at Sun Micro Tech then before it was acquired by Oracle. Now let's check. Now, Java platforms. Java as a language, as a programming language, can be used on various platforms. So there are about 3 to 4 platforms. Java Standard Edition platform, commonly called Java SE, and you can see this logo here. So Java SE is a platform for desktop application and mobile application development, and it's trending and the latest mobile application API. It's JavaFX. So now let's move Java Enterprise Edition. It was formerly known as Java EE and now Jakarta EE. Earlier name was Java to EE. So it's a platform for web server side development, and Java Micro Edition, that's platform for embedded system development. So if you're thinking of being an Android developer, you want to be a desktop developer, then you want to learn Java, and it's a platform. If you're thinking of being a web developer, a web server side development, then you want to learn Java, and this is a platform. And if you're thinking of programming electronics, embedded system, and so on, this is a platform. So Java has it for you all. Now, the Wora. I was talking about Wora at the first slide. So what's Wora? Wora means write once, run anyway. So here are the list of operating systems Java can run on: Windows, Mac, Linux, Solaris. Wow, you didn't see Android today. Yeah, it's there. I didn't put it. I discussed in detail at next slide. So you can write Java program on Windows, on Mac operating system, on Linux, or Solaris system. It doesn't matter. You can write on Windows and run on Mac, vice versa. Write it on Linux and run on Solaris, vice versa. Anyway, it doesn't matter because Java brought the Wora idea. Now let's look at this. Normally, when you write your program, as a high-level language, which Java is, your computer doesn't understand the English-like language you're writing, so it's going to need a machine code. All those things you've written would be interpreted to machine code, zeros and ones. Now, right from your editor screen, let's say your IDE, you wrote your own source code. That's a high level language you understand as human. This source code extension will be .java, let's say xxx.java. Now, the next thing is that the Java compiles your source code, which is in .java, to a bytecode, which is always with .class. So the extension of the bytecode file is .class. So the same name, but .class extension. Now, after the Java compiler does this, which is Java. This bytecode is being fed to what we call the Java runtime. Now the Java runtime takes the bytecode and takes add it with some other dependencies in the Java runtime environment and output it as machine code which your computer can understand. So it doesn't matter. Let's look at this side again. So more graphically, when you have your Java code, the Java compiles it to bytecode. This bytecode is what you have. Is this bytecode that you deploy to another system. Let's say I wrote it on Solaris now. Yeah, let's say I wrote it on Solaris now, and on my Solaris, the Java compiler turns it to a bytecode, and this bytecode can be deployed to a Windows operating system. And on getting to the Windows operating system, JVM takes it and converts it to what Windows can run. And same to Linux and same to Mac, so it's pretty cool. Now, Android does not use JVM. So in the previous slide, I was talking about VM, Java Virtual Machine, but Android doesn't use it. So that was the main reason why I didn't list Android among the OS here. But yet Android uses Java. So what really happens? So JVM is too much, it's too large a piece of software for your Android to use. Your Android is a resource constrained device. It doesn't have that kind of memory your computer has. So Google kind of came up with what we call the Dalvik virtual machine, the DVM. So the idea is that the bytecode gets converted to the DEX file, which is Dalvik executable, and that Dalvik executable is being converted using the DVM to the native Android instruction codes. So DVM was being used in previous versions of Android. In newer versions of Android, Google uses what we call the ART, the Android Runtime. It's much more better than DVM, but we will discuss more on Android later in subsequent Android tutorials. So now let's look the JDK, the JVM, and the JRE. I know you are interested in Java and you must have been hearing JDK, JVM, JRE. What are these things? So let's kind of look at this wordy slide. So the JDK is actually Java Developmental Kit, and it's an implementation of any one of those platforms we have discussed earlier, an implementation of Standard Edition, Micro Edition, Enterprise Edition. So it's an implementation of any one of those platforms. So, and coming to the JRE, the Java Runtime Environment, the Java Runtime Environment is actually software that is being layered upon your operating system. You know, your operating system is a software on its own. So your operating system is a layer on your computer hardware. Now, the JRE is a layer on top of your operating system. Now, since different operating system comes with different architecture, it will be very difficult without a JRE, without a runtime environment for Java. It will be very difficult for Java to be able to be processed on Windows operating system at the same time being processed, the same application being processed on Mac operating system without having issue. And that's the problem with C language. Every time you write a program in C language, if you write it on Windows operating system, you must deploy it to Windows operating system. Wise, if you deploy it to another operating system, it will run into error. It will not run correctly because that operating system architecture is kind of different. But with JRE, it's kind of different. If you are using Java, there is a layer above your operating system which is called the JRE. Now that is the layer that runs your application. So rather than your OS doing it, the JRE does it for you. And so it doesn't matter what the underlying architecture of your operating system, the JRE takes charge of something like that. So if not for Java, as I said, the program run inside whatever computer will rely on the operating system. And why is it relying on the operating system? It's relying on the operating system to access resources like memory and program files and many other dependencies. But the Java runtime environment change all that. So that's a little bit on Java runtime environment. So let's look at the JVM, the Java Virtual Machine. I called it a Java Virtual Machine. That what the virtual should let you know what it means. So it's actually a piece of software itself, but it is being contained in the JRA. So it is the Java Virtual Machine that actually helps in running your code. The JRA has the Java Virtual Machine inside it. So the JRA is more like an on-disk system that takes your code, Java code, it combines it with many other libraries and resources and give it to the JVM to run. So the JVM is contained inside the JRA. Now, from an installation perspective, anytime you download your JDK, immediately you install the JDK, you have your JRA, a compatible version of your JRA. However, you can download your JRA separately, and when you're downloading JRA separately, always make sure you're downloading the compatible JRA version for your JDK version. And remember, when you install your JRA, whether by the virtual view installing JDK or separately installing JRA, you automatically have the JVM. Now, so more on JRA. Now, the Java runtime environment is updated from each new version, Java version, and its version number aligns with the Java platform versioning system. So let's say you have Java 8, so your compatible JRA version will be Java 1.8. So let's look into the case whereby you are running Java 7. You will be having a compatible version, JRA version of what? 1.7. So it has to be of the same version. Sometimes you could be running Java 8.1, and that is your JRE have to be 1.8.1. So it has to be compatible. That's what I'm trying to say there. So let's look at the Java memory. Now, when you're writing a programming language, I was telling you that you will need memory allocation, and one of the ways in which you rely on memories is to rely on the operating system to access some memories. So Java has some things we call the Java memory, and the Java memory is actually divided into three: the meta space, the heap space, and the stack space. So in the case of the meta space, what does meta space memory does? So it's a memory that actually keep things that are constant about your program. You must have done math. There are constants and there are variables. So all the constants in your programs, things that are not going to change and they are not changing, are being stored in meta space. However, your variables, the content of your variables are being stored in your heap space, and all informations and reference to variables and method calls, function calls are being stored in your stack space. So now let's look at this to explain JRE more. So this diagram is kind of telling you that JRE contains JVM, and you can see JRE contains more than JVM. It contains Java class libraries, a lot of Java class library, the AWT library, the input output library, the net libraries, and many more Java class libraries. So it contains the class loader. So the function of the class loader is that the class loader actually takes the right class and load it up. So it ensures that the right class are being taken at every point in time. Your program is running, calling one class and the other, you take the right class together. So the class loader takes the right class and loads, and the byte verification occurs. Then your JVM has it, and the Java interpreter in your JVM interprets the byte code. Garbage collection ensures in managing your memory. Then etc. Trending issue occurs because you can have more than trend in your program and a lot more like that. So let's move on. Now, so Java from where and to where? Now, Java of course has its histories, has its version histories. So let's kind of take a look at this piece of picture from Wikipedia. So you can see version, release date, end of free public update, and extend support until now. Java started as far back as 1995, and you can see it's over 20 years. And it started as beta. To cut the story, it rised from JDK to J2SE and all up to Java Standard Edition 7. Java Standard Edition 7 means Standard Edition 7. It was released July 2018, and if you actually see when they actually ended support for it, the year the archive date was July 2022, and that means there is still support for it. As in, this is 2019, and 2022 is not yet in the corner. So there's still support for Java SE7. However, it's an old version. It's an old version. So let's now look into Java SE8. Java SE8 is an LTS version, and we'll discuss about what an LTS version is. But Java SE8 was released March 2018, and up to this 2019 January, the Oracle Corporation ended the free support for updates on Java SE8. So as of January 2019, commercial version begins. So now December 2020 will be when Oracle will end free support and updates for personal use, and at least September 2023 you still be able to use the Adopt Open JDK, which means by the end of 2023 September, Oracle will end support for that too. So Java SE8 is still being supported on commercial base until March 2025. So Java SE9 and Java SE10, although they came after Java SE8, but they are regarded as old version of Java, and there is no longer support for them. They came September 2017 and March 2018 respectively. That's 6 months interval. And if you actually look, they ended support for them March 2018 and September 2018 respectively as well. So Java SE8 came March 2014 rather, and 6 months after Java SE9 came, 6 months after Java SE10 came, and 6 months after Java 11 came, SE11, and 6 months after Java 12 came. If you actually look at the release trend, earlier version of Java 7 and earlier ones, you would notice it takes a very long year before a new version is being released after an earlier version. And Java SE8, immediately after Java SE8, things started rolling in 6 months after, 6 months after. So that's why I'm saying that starting from Java 8, Java newer versions will be coming in 6 months. So no need to wait longer before you experience new updates in Java. So this is as a result of the agile methodology that is being used now, whereby every 6 months Oracle would always give you newer versions of Java, and whether support will be open or closed for older version depends on if it is LTS or not. As for LTS, support still remain till 2025 for 8 and 2026 for 11, and except for LTS version, as I said. So that's all. And you see Java from where again, if you actually look at this graph, you would see Java 6, Java 7, Java 8, and the green ones means free support. So there is free support for Java 8 till 2018. What do I mean free support? What do I mean by free support? What I mean free support means there will still be releases comes in till end of till beginning of 2019 January, and after that, if you want to have more updates on Java 8, you have to go for the commercial version. Otherwise, you will not be able to get Oracle updates on Java 8 any longer. So as for Java 7, uh, that's an older version, so, and Java 6 is also an older version, so no need of talking of older things. So let's just look at now to where. Now, Oracle has Java input free and commercial parts. You must have heard me say that earlier. So all versions usually start with the free part. So when the free one is being released, so support comes in for free, and all support comes in for free. You keep using it free till Oracle decides that okay, we are no longer giving for free. And you'll be like, okay, we are not giving for free, I need more updates. There are some bugs that have not been fixed. There's still some security issue about this particular Java and version I'm using, and it's really affecting my project. And you just said you are not giving support again. So, okay, hi, we are still giving support. Only that henceforth till so time you have to be on the commercial version. That is only when you can have our support. Then you can be on the commercial version until up to like 2022, as I said earlier, when Java 8 as an LTS version remains. But as for Java 9, the free support, look at Java 9 and Java 10. After the free support, there is no even commercial part of it. They just stopped, and after uh, release of Java 10, which is just 6 months after the release of Java 9, they ended and archived Java 9 immediately. So Java 11 wasn't archived after Java 12 was released, simply because Java 11 is LTS just like Java 8. We'll learn what LTS means. Java 13 is not yet out, but now as at the release of this tutorial, we are having Java 12, which is not LTS. This means after 6 months, we'll be expecting, after 6 months from the initial release date of Java 12, we'll be expecting the release of Java 13, and immediately after Java 13 is being released, Java 12 will be archived, and it goes on and on like that. So Java is really on a fast release track than ever before. So now, free support scope usually means development, testing, and production. So until the game changing occurs, and where Java 11 changed the game. Now, usually speaking, when you install Java, when you install Java JDK, you should have the JRE, as I said earlier, until Java 11, whereby the JDK doesn't contain the JRE again. So, which means, technically, it means Java only gives free support for Java 8, Java 9, Java 10, and Java 11 doesn't have free support. Now, free support in terms of what? I said they are free support in terms of development, testing, and production. So, free support Java 11, 12, 13, 14, and above production free support is not available. So, if you really want to use Java 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on a production grade application, you have to go for the commercial version. That's only when you can have the JRE with it. Now, and without the JRE, there is no JVM. But however, if you only want to use it for development of an application and testing, and you are not ready to start producing that application yet, you are just developing and you are testing the application, developing and testing, it has no limitations to what you can develop with and what you can test with. And that means there are free support and updates on Java 11, 12, 13, and so on like that, as Java promises. But immediately you want to take it to a production level, you have to go for the commercial version. And Java 9 and 10, okay, you already know they are old versions already. However, there is an option for you if you cannot afford going on commercial version for Java 11. There is another LTS for you that will not be archived very soon. So that's Java 8. Java 8, unlike Java 11, has free support for both development, testing, and production as well. So development, testing, and production. So Java 8 has its free support for that, and until about January 2019, whereby they begin commercial updates on Java 8. So you can go on Java 8 or go on Java 11, and you know that new updates, you will not be affected by new updates till a lot of time now, and you can just keep rolling with the update and update and update that is coming from Java. It all depends on you. So now Oracle may take Java 17 before the end of 2022, so it's possible, as they've said. So now talked about long-term support, the LTS. So what does LTS mean? Any Java version that is termed LTS simply means that Oracle will not stop supporting such version for a very long time duration. So such version would still be receiving support and Oracle free version update or commercial version update even after many other versions that came might have been archived. So what does this release train actually means to your company? If Oracle is releasing every 6 months and your company just develop an application, probably you're using Java 12, which is on now, and after 6 months Java 13 came out, and you are like, okay, we have to move our application from using Java 12 to Java 13, and in another 6 months again it comes out, in another 6 months again it comes out. So what does it really mean to your company? So concentrating on the Oracle JDK and on the Open JDK, so updates that comes every 6 months, it matters. You have 3 options to it. The first is that you can move with the update every 6 months. It's best for you because doing that will ensure that you are protected with all security issues that is being updated in the new release, and more important features that your application can take advantage of. If you don't want that, if that's tedious for you, you can go for the commercial versions of the LTS versions, which they don't get archived very soon. So buy the commercial support for Oracle and migrate from one LTS version to the next LTS version. That would be a very lengthy time rather than 6 months migration. So this will mean that you migrate from Java 8 to Java 11 maybe in the first half of 2019, and then from Java 11 to Java 17, which will be the next LTS version after Java 11, and that will be around 2022. So you have a very lengthy time to enjoy your application running on a particular LTS version before you actually move that application to another Java version. So that's another option for you. And the third option is stay on whatever Java version you are using. It doesn't matter, but it does matter in some ways. You will be limited to updates and bug fixes from Oracle. That seems not to be that important, especially if that bug is not affecting your own application. If the bug in the particular version is not a bug that really concerns your application, you might not see it as a problem. But what about the security aspect? So on the free support of Java version, and nobody forbids you to keep using the unsupported version, because archiving the unsupported version does not mean it will not work again. It keeps working forever. It works. You can keep using Java JDK 6, you can keep using Java 6, you can keep using Java 7, you can keep using Java 8 at your own risk of security. So you can avoid paying for commercial support and getting migrated every 6 months, or even using the LTS commercial versions or whatever. You are free to decide when to migrate to a newer Java version. That's cool. But the downside is that security update. While bug fix might not really critically affect your application, what about the security features? So every new Java release comes with tighter security and bug fixing. So if the bug issue in a particular release does not really affect your application, what about the security? So it all depends on you. You can decide to take any of these 3 options, but one thing is certain: Oracle is giving us the best they can ever give. They have ever given before. They are giving us fast updates and making sure that the language is well updated to really meet the modern need of all type of things. So remember, I told you it's a general purpose language, so it's really moving. So now finally, Now, are you ready to code Java? Because you now understand preliminary things on the language. And if you're ready, so subscribe to my channel and like this video, and subsequently we'll start coding. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. So